Alex jerked awake to the soft hiss of his quarters door sliding open. The dim emergency lighting of the diplomatic vessel cast long shadows across his small cabin, and for a moment he thought he was dreaming. Standing in the doorway, her bioluminescent markings glowing faintly in the darkness, was Princess Jennifer of the Valorian Empire. "Can I sleep with you tonight, human?" Her voice was barely a whisper, but Alex heard the tremor in it. He sat up quickly, his heart hammering, not from fear, but from confusion. The Valorian princess was perhaps the most important person on this ship, a dignitary whose comfort and safety were paramount to the fragile peace treaty between their species. And she was standing in his room at 0300 hours, asking to stay with him. "Your Highness?" Alex rubbed his eyes, wondering if this was some elaborate test. "Is everything all right? Should I call security?" Jennifer stepped inside, the door closing behind her with a soft whoosh. In the low light, Alex could see her more clearly now. She was tall and elegant, as all Valorians were, with crystalline skin that reflected light in prismatic patterns. But something was different. Her usually proud posture was hunched, her forearms wrapped around herself protectively. "No security," she said quickly. "Please, I cannot sleep in that room anymore." Alex swung his legs out of bed, fully awake now. He was acutely aware that he was wearing only a t-shirt and shorts, hardly appropriate attire for receiving royalty. "What's wrong with your quarters? They're the finest on the ship." "They're empty," Jennifer interrupted. And Alex heard something break in her voice. "So empty, so silent, so cold." Alex blinked. The Valorian quarters were maintained at exactly 15.6 degrees Celsius, the optimal temperature for their physiology. The human sections ran warmer, around 21 degrees, which Valorians generally found uncomfortably hot. "I don't understand, Your Highness." "Jennifer," she corrected softly. "Please, just Jennifer." Alex gestured to the small chair by his desk. "Jennifer, then. Please, sit. Tell me what's wrong." She didn't sit. Instead, she moved closer, and Alex could see that her bioluminescent patterns were flickering erratically, a sign of distress in her species, he'd learned during the cultural briefings. "Your quarters are smaller than mine," she said, looking around his cramped cabin. "Less elegant. The temperature is inefficient." "And yet?" She closed all four of her eyes, breathing deeply. "And yet it feels like home." "I'm not following," Alex admitted. Jennifer opened her eyes, fixing him with an intense stare. "On my world, we sleep in isolation pods. From the time we are younglings, we are taught that sleep is a private, solitary affair. It is unseemly to share space during rest hours. It is improper." "Okay," Alex said slowly, beginning to understand. "But humans," Jennifer continued, her voice gaining strength, "humans are different. I have watched you these past weeks. The crew quarters are arranged in clusters. You gather in common areas before rest. You say good night to each other. Some of your mated pairs even share sleeping chambers every night. It's considered normal, desirable even." Alex couldn't help but smile slightly. "Well, yeah. Most humans don't really like sleeping alone. It's lonely." "Lonely," Jennifer repeated the word like it was precious. "We don't have that word in Valorian. We don't have a word for the ache of being alone when you don't want to be." Her markings flickered again. "Until I met your kind, I didn't know I'd been feeling it my entire life." The pieces clicked into place for Alex. The Valorian delegation had been on board for 3 weeks, and he'd noticed Jennifer spending more and more time in the human sections of the ship. She'd attended their movie nights, their communal meals, even their informal game tournaments. At first, he'd thought it was diplomatic courtesy. Now he realized she'd been seeking something her own culture couldn't provide. "You've never had anyone nearby when you sleep," Alex said gently. "Have you?" Jennifer shook her head, and in that gesture she looked nothing like an imperial princess. She looked like what she was, a young woman, far from home, desperately lonely. "I tried to rest tonight," she whispered, "but my quarters are too perfect, too silent. I kept thinking about how your human children have, what do you call them? Sleepovers? How your soldiers bunk together. How your families share homes with multiple sleeping chambers but still check on each other in the night." Her voice cracked. "I just wanted to be near someone, near warmth and breathing and life." Alex made a decision that could probably get him court-martialed. He pulled the extra blanket from his storage compartment and arranged it on the floor beside his bunk, creating a makeshift second bed. "It's not fancy," he said, "but you're welcome to stay. I'll be right here if you need anything." Jennifer's bioluminescent patterns steadied, glowing with a soft, grateful light. She sank down onto the blanket, curling up with a contentment Alex had never seen in her before. "Thank you," she breathed. This is enough. Just knowing someone else is near." As Alex settled back into his own bunk, he heard her breathing slow and deepen. Within minutes, the Valorian princess was fast asleep, something she'd struggled to do in her luxurious quarters. In the darkness, Alex smiled to himself. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology, or their warfare, or their diplomacy. It was simpler than that. It was the fundamental understanding that no one should have to face the darkness alone. "Good night, Jennifer," he whispered. From the floor came a soft, already drowsy reply. "Good night, friend." And in that moment, Alex knew the treaty would succeed. Because they'd found something more important than political agreements. They'd found common ground in the most human of needs: connection, warmth, and the simple comfort of not being alone.